Good morning, everyone. Well, it's going to be warmer across the entire state today, but for some, it's actually going to be a warm day, and for others, it's still going to be chilly. Take a look at these high temperatures. Man, what a difference from west to east. How about a high of 81 today in Scottsbluff, 78 in Oshkosh, but just 68 in North Platte, 61 in Grand Island, and for Columbus, Omaha, Lincoln, that's just around 56. So what a difference from west to east. Partly cloudy skies for the entire state, looking like a dry day, looking like a breezy day. With gusts mainly around 25 miles per hour, but man, a significant temperature difference. And we're still going to see that temperature difference as we go into the evening and overnight hours. Actually, our temperatures tonight are a little bit above normal for this time of year, no matter where you are in the state. 46 in Scottsbluff will be the low, 38 in Omaha, 38 in Grand Island, and 39 in Kearney. It looks like the cloud cover is going to thicken up a little bit. We'll call it a mostly cloudy night, and still breezy in the eastern part of the state, though not much wind in the western part of the state. So when's our next opportunity at rain? I think the earliest is right about the morning commute Tuesday morning. It's not going to be much. Nothing's going to slow things down, but for the central and western part of the state, I'm going to mention the chance for isolated showers. Looks like the eastern part of the state around Lincoln, Omaha, still going to be dry for the Tuesday morning commute. So let's jump ahead a little bit into the afternoon, and we'll start to mention the chance for isolated activity in the eastern part of the state by this time. But I still think the bulk of the activity is going to be out to the west, out around Scottsbluff. That's when we have a chance for scattered showers. Now, I do think it's going to be a windy day in the eastern part of the state. Gusts probably going to be around 35 miles per hour. As you go to the west, the winds aren't going to be as strong. Gusts are mainly going to be around 25 miles per hour in the western part of the state. Now, when things get interesting for the eastern part of the state is going to be in the evening hours. And it's going to depend on exactly how warm it gets in the southeastern part of the state. How far do our temperatures get up to the north? How much of a warming trend do we see? The farther the warmer air gets, the more likely that we could see some thunderstorms and the possibility that we could see some severe storms that could produce some hail and some very strong winds. Again, it's probably going to be limited to the most southeastern corner, but I can't rule out places like Lincoln, Omaha, maybe Grand Island, maybe Columbus, for the potential of these stronger storms. I do think it's a very small window that we're talking about here. You can see it indicated in those shades of orange and red, and that's the indication of a stronger storm. And the threat is probably from about 7 p.m. in the evening till midnight, because notice if we jump ahead to midnight and you're not seeing that orange and yellow showing up anymore, it's back to just regular green. So a very small window where we're going to have scattered storms and maybe a couple could be severe. But then things are going to quiet back down again. And then we're going to see a shift. The winds are going to die down in the east, but they're going to pick up out west. So we'll call it windy for Wednesday morning out in the west, but just breezy in the east. And that's a cold front causing those scattered storms Tuesday evening. So look at our temperatures Wednesday morning, 36 in Omaha. And yes, that is showing the possibility for a few flurries of snow. Nothing significant, but could there be a few flurries of snow around Wednesday morning? Not ruling it out. It is a possibility. So let's talk about that severe threat. And it's not big, but it is there. So it's a low severe threat. What I do think we're going to see is scattered showers and storms. I think that's looking quite likely for Tuesday evening. And then it'll all depend on exactly how warm we get during the day. The warmer we get, the greater the severe threat will be. Right now, we think the greatest threat is in the far southeastern corner of the state. But everywhere in southeastern Nebraska is at least under that marginal threat, that level 1 out of 5, Omaha, Lincoln, Beatrice, York, Grand Island, Columbus. And so what this means, if you're under that marginal threat, in a worst case scenario, you could see up to quarter-size hail and wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. It's more likely you will not see that, but in a worst case scenario, that is a possibility. Of course, there's still time for things to change. I'll give you an update tomorrow morning.